Right. Okay, then as I said, we'll go ahead with the operators quickly as possible. Right. Okay, we have the operators. Right now, under the operators, we have arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. Right now, most of the operators we have already used. Arithmetic, you need it. Arithmetic operators, right. Now we have already used arithmetic operators for maths as well, and if you have learned any other language, they are also you have learned. Right now, you know the operators: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the modulus. Okay, floor division and the modulus and the exponent. Right. Now these are the arithmetic operators available in Python. Right now, this is addition. You know that already. And then you know this subtraction, multiplication, and division, and then floor division. What's the difference? We'll figure it out. And the remainder, exponent, and this is remainder modulus. My bad. Modulus. Exponent. Right. Now we need to figure out how each operator works, and so therefore we'll have two variables, integer x. So no, we don't write like integer x, no? My bad. X equals 5 and y equals 2, let's say. And then we'll print. Right now, what I want to print, when you add x plus y, x minus 5, what is it? Likewise, then I want to display x, comma, I want to display the plus value, comma, I want to display the y value, comma, then I want to display an equal sign, comma, then I want to display the x plus y value. Right now, okay, let's run this and see py code.py, then it would display 5 plus 2 equals 7. Right now, what I did here, now, okay, now if you want, you can have sum equals x plus y. If you have sum equals x plus y, then here you would have done it like sum. Right. Then you will be getting this output. Right now, what I'm doing in the print statement, yes, I'm displaying x value, and then I wanted to display a plus value, plus operator. Therefore, inside the double quotes, I'm passing plus, comma, value of the variable y, comma, then I want to display the equal sign, comma, value of the variable sum. This is how I can do it. Right, therefore, please do it, perform it for all these operators quickly as possible. Do it for all these operators and do it for all the type of operators here, and then send it to me via chat quickly as possible. Right now, we already know about the plus operator, subtraction, multiplication, division. We know. Right. Then this floor division, what does it give you? The floor division. Can you tell me what does it give you? The floor division.
decimal number, so it should be float.
Sorry, the floor division will give you
Whole number near it divides near to nearest whole number.
okay. Then if it is 2.5, what is the nearest whole number? Is it 2 or 3? Yeah. Now, if you have 2.6666 right now, okay, let's say 1 and 3. Okay, 10 divided by 3. 3.3333 we will get. Now, what do you think? 10 floor divided by 3. What would be the answer?
3.
3.
10 floor divided by 3. Quickly find out and tell me. Yes, 10 divided by 10 floor divided by 3, answer going to be 3.333. Then I'm asking whether it is 3 or 4. Yes, it is 3 now, 0.33. Yes. Right now, what happens is, okay, how can we get 6, 7? 6666. How can you get 20 divided by 3? Is it 6666? Yes, now 6.66666 also gives you 6. Then what is floor division? What does the floor division gives you? Tell me.
Division without decimal values. Answer without decimal values.
Answer without decimal values. Okay, then is it rounding up or rounding down?
Rounding down.
Rounding down. Yes, it is rounding down. Yes, right. Then the remainder, what does it give you? Remainder, what does it give you?
We can get remainder by modulus.
Yes, when you divided 10 divided, for an example, when you divided 10 by 3, 10 divided by 3, what is the answer? 10. When you, okay, if you write it like this, if you divide 10 by 3, there are 3 times 3 inside 10, therefore 3 times 3 means 9. Then there's 1 remaining. Therefore, the modulus value will gives you this one, the modulus, or else you can call it as the remainder. Right now, when you divide 20 by 3, 20 by 3, there are 6 times 3 available inside 20, then which is 18. Then the remainder is 2. Right now, here you get 2, the remaining value. Right now, that's how the remainder is working. And the exponent, to the power. Right now, if you have 10 and 2, 10 to the power 2, 20 and 3, 20 to the power 3, 20 into 20 is 400, 400 into 20 is 8,000. Like for an example, if it is 2 and 3, if it is 2 and 3, 2 to the power 3, which is 8, 2 into 2 into 2. Likewise, we have. Right then, this is how the arithmetic operators are working. I hope you are okay with these arithmetic operators, right? Then we will discuss about the assignment operators. Now this is about the arithmetic operators. Right now, the assignment operators. Assignment operators. Right now, mainly we have what? Equal sign is the assignment operator. We have equal sign, which is the assignment, right? And also, we can have plus equals, minus equals, multiplication equals, division equals, right? Floor division equal, modulus equal, right? And then exponent equals, like as we have AND equals, O equals, XOR equals, like as you can use the bitwise operators as well. Right now, basically, since we have already learned about arithmetic operators, right now we can use the equal sign. Right now, for an example, when you say x equals 5, or let's say x equals y, oh, sorry. When you say x equals y, what happens? Now, value of the variable y get assigned to variable x. For an example, if it is x equals 5, value of the variable 5 get assigned to variable x. Value of the variable 5 assigned to variable x. Then x equals 5. Value of the variable, here this value, right side value assigned to the variable. Right now, for an example, x equals y, both are variables. So then value of the variable y get assigned to variable x. Now that's what you call as equal sign. Right now, for an example, if you have x equals x plus 5, that means what you are doing? You're gonna increase the x value by 5 and assign it to the variable x. You're gonna increase the x value by 5. X equal x plus 5. Then that you could write as a shorthand assignment x plus c equal 5. X plus c equal 5 means x equals x plus 5. The same thing. X equals x plus 5. The same thing. Now you x plus c equal 5 is same as x equals x plus 5. Right now, for an example, if you write x equals x minus 3, then you could write as x minus equals 3. This is same as x equals x minus 3. Likewise, you can write for all these arithmetic operators as well. Okay, try out with these arithmetic operators, these assignment operators also. Quickly try out. Answers. Right, then modulus equals, sorry, division equals is x equals 10, 10. Like now, currently x into x equals x into 5, that means x is 15, answer is 50. Then 50 divided by 5 is 10, then answer become 10. Now x became a floating point value was a float. Because you do the division, then it become a float now. And then float division 5, then you divide 10. 10 float divided by 5, 10 is a float value, then you get the answer as 2.0. That's why you get the 2.0 as the answer. And then modulus you do it for 2. 2 divided by 5 remaining is 2.0. That's why you get 2.0. And 2.0 to the power 5, 2.0 to the power 5 gives you as a 32.0. Now hereafter you get the decimal values just because of you do the division first. Once you do the division, the arithmetic division will return you the floating point value. Right. Hope that is clear. Right, then we'll go for We are done with the arithmetic operators as well. Then we're going to go for the comparison operators, right? Relational operators. So in other terms, you call as compare. Relation. You check the relation, then relational operator. Or you can call as comparison operators. You can check whether the equals, whether two values are the same. Right now, not equal, equal, not equal, equal, not equal. We have greater than, then greater than equal, greater than no equal, equal to, right? Then we have less than, no equal. We have less than, no equal, less than, no equal. Likewise, you have the relational operators or comparison operators. Now, remember, these relational operators will always return a Boolean value. It will return either true or false. These relational operators will return you a true or false. Again, like previously, have x and y values, assign some two values and check whether these conditions, what each condition gives you. Okay, quickly do it and send it to me via chat, please. And any questions, please ask. And 10 equals 7, true. 10 greater than 7, sorry, 10 less than 7, false. 10 less than or equals to 7, false. 10 greater than 7, true. 10 greater than or equals to 7, true. Likewise, you have the answers, right? Right, then you have this, that is how you can use the relational operators right now. The relational operators right now, always relational operators will return a Boolean value. That means either true value or false value. Right now, hereafter we'll be using these operators to check whether these values are valid or not. Right. And if you want to combine, if you want to check whether, for an example, let's say x equal 5, and then I want to check whether it is an odd number or even number above 10. Let's say I don't know what is x. There's a variable called x. X has a value, and then I don't know what is the x value, but I want to check whether the x is an odd number which is above 10. Likewise, and less than 20. Likewise, I want to check multiple conditions or the many conditions at once. In such a scenario, right now, here this greater than, less than, greater than equal, less than equal, not equal, equals. Like now, here we can check only one condition at a time. So now I want to check multiple conditions at once. That means I want to check at the same time x is odd number or x is an even number. Okay, for first of all, how to check whether x is an odd number or even number? Any value, let's say x, how can we check whether x is an even number? How can we check whether x is an even number? How to check? How to check?
The given number after dividing into 2, the answer is 0. We can say,
After dividing by 2?
with the given number, we can from divide into 2.
Okay, how can you, okay, let's say x equals, okay, we don't know what is x. You have given a number x, then how can you tell whether it is an even number or not?
Getting the modulus of x and checking whether
Modulus from what?
uh,
X modulus what?
uh, 2.
Yes, x modulus by 2. Now, previous answer also, you went you come very close, because when you divide it by 2, if it is an even number, when you divide by 2, the remaining is 0. There is no remaining value. The remainder is 0 when you divide by 2. Now, we have to check the remainder. No? If it is an odd number, if for an example 5 divided by 2, remainder is 1. Always there will be 1 remaining. If it is an odd number. Right, but if it is an even number, there will be no remaining values when you divide by 2. So we can use that. Thereafter, what we can do is, we can check when you check the remainder x modulus 2, if it equals to, when x modulus 2 is equal to 0, then it is a odd number. If x modulus 2 is not equal to 0, then it is not a, so if that is not an even number. If modulus 2 is 0, then it is an even number. Modulus 2 equals 0 means when you divide by 2, remainder is 0, then it is an even number. Otherwise, it is an odd number. Likewise, then I want to check multiple conditions. Right. Even number, greater than 5 or less than 20. Three conditions I need to check. I need to check whether x is an even, greater than 10, less than 20. Likewise, I need to check 3 conditions at once. Then if all 3 conditions are met, then I want to say true, otherwise false. If all the conditions has been met. Right, okay, first of all, just try to find out how, whether the given number is an even number, odd number. And then if it is even number, display true. If like this, I want you to display. Right, we don't know what is the x value bet. Okay, first of all, I will show you how to take an input from input, how to get an input, and then thereafter we can try this easily, Now, how to get an input, right? Does any of you have any method to take a user input? How to get a user input in Python? Now, so far we were just typing the values for the variables. No? Right now there are in Python, like now we are using Python 3, right? Therefore, now after Python 3.6, right? Now we have input method. Now previously we had raw input method. Now here we have method called input, right? Now let's say for an example, x equals input. You can have method called x equals input, and then we can print x. Then if you just do it like this, what will happen is, right now you can see when you run this, the cursor is waiting, cursor is blinking and waiting for us to give an input. Now it is waiting for us to give an input. Right now, for an example, if I type 1, and until I press enter, I can type the inputs. Right now, I can type hello, and I'm going to press enter. Then it would print hello. If I enter 10, it would print 10. If I enter anything with numbers, whatever, the same thing would display. Right now, you can see input method takes the user input. Input method takes the user input from the prompt and then returns it. Now we have few problems. Few questions. You should have asked now, okay, if it takes an input, what is the type of the variable? Right now, quickly find out and tell me what is the type of this variable x. Now, x is the input we took from the user. So, find out and tell me what is the type of variable x, because x is taken from the user. What is the type of variable x? Okay, quickly find out and tell me.
String.
Sorry?
String.
String. Okay. If you are saying string, okay, can you tell me how can you find whether what is the type of the variable?
We can ask then the print section. We can type the type
Yes,
in the bracket.
type. Yes, just give me a minute. Using the type method, we can yes. If I type hello, it says string. If I type 123, it says string. If I type 123.456, it is a string. Therefore, no matter what I enter, it takes as a string now. So, based on this, now we can conclude the input method takes string as an input. Whatever user has typed will take it as a string. Therefore, the input method input is a string value now. Therefore, x contains a string value. X contains a string value. Remember that x contains a string value. Right now, again, additionally, it's better to type something when you are taking the user input now. Therefore, you can ask anything here inside the double quotes. What is your name? Right. Likewise, you can pass. Then if whatever the text you are passing, here would display like this. What is your name? Let's say now, then I'm going to type Jane Doe. Then you will be able to get the type as string. Now you know the string. Right. Thereafter here, you can print the type as well as the value as well. Therefore, this will stay until you press the enter. Therefore, you can type and then you can press the enter. Then that is how it takes the value. Right. Now we know it takes input as a string value. Right. Now we can, if you want to do a mathematical works, okay, if you want to work with numbers, once you get the input, thereafter we may have to convert it into a integer value. So you know the drill, how to convert it into an integer. Right now, we can type y int x. Now, okay, we can use this same variable x. Now, we can convert the value into an integer. Now, let's say if it is hello and if you try to convert into integer, you get an error because invalid the string cannot be converted to integer. But any chance if you pass a number and try to convert into an integer, yes, it's possible. Then you will be able to get it done. Right now, this is how you convert it to an integer. Right. Therefore, this process, rather doing it like this, if you wish to do it once, that is also possible. How can you do that? We can say int. Whatever the input it takes, convert it into an integer. So we can skip this line. Right now, it will convert into a, you can't have what is your name. No, we'll ask first number. Right, name, the above one will ask. Okay, we can't have the name. No, we are trying to convert into number. No? Let's say 10 and 20. Right now, the second one you can see directly convert into a integer, which is 20. Therefore, you can try out this and how to take a input from the user. Right, then take a value from the user and thereafter convert thereafter, check whether it is a even number or odd, if it is even number or odd number, and thereafter display in front of like this. For an example, you should print whatever the result. For an example, output should be x is an even number. X is an even number. X is an even number. You can say true or false. Likewise, you can print. Okay, do it and take user input from the user and then check whether user entered value is a even number or odd number. Likewise, now x is whatever. For an example, 10 is an even number. True. The same way, you can do the same thing. 10 is an odd number. False. Okay, likewise, do this quickly and send me the answer via chat, please. Quickly do it. Or not quickly. You get the input. I'm gonna follow the second way of doing this. You ask user to enter a number. Right now, okay, we'll ask user to enter X. I think it's better to have a number. Now user will enter the number, and then I'm gonna check whether it is I'm gonna print the number y is an even number. Is an even number. I need to check whether it is a true or not. Then y modulus 2 equals 0. Y modulus 2 equals 0. Right. Now the same thing I'm going to copy here. Y is an odd number. Anyway, if one is true, the other one should be false. No? If it is an odd number, modulus 2 should remain the is equals to 1. Right, now if it is 4, it says 4 is an even number, 4 is an odd number, false. If it is 5, 5 is an even number, false, 5 is an odd number, true. Likewise, it will give you. Right. And those who have not done it, okay, quickly do it, or else right now, here you could do this separately, and then you could have tried. Right. Then okay. Hope you have finished this. Right now we have discussed about the relational operators. Now let's go to the logical operators. Logical operators. Right now, what are the logical operators? Now, as I said previously, okay, yes. Yeah, I prefer if you talk to me rather sending chat messages, because now only I okay. Right now, okay, before I go into this right now, what you can't understand, is there any point? Just please talk to me, then I can explain it further. Which area that you can't understand? Right, anyone, if you have a problem with this, please ask. Which area? Please talk to me quickly. Where are the people? Tagyan, I don't know, is that the way I should pronounce your name?
Yes, sir, you are correct.
This is how you take a user input from the user. So, right now, since we wanted to know what is the value we are getting right now, when you use print x, and then it would print the value of the whatever the user inserted value. Right now it would print, but we don't know what is the type of it. Since I first wanted to get to know about the type of this variable x, then let's check. Right now, using the type method, we can use. Right now, if you enter a number, it gives me as a string. If I enter some text, it gives me as a string. If I enter some decimal value, it gives me as a string. Therefore, no matter what you enter, it is a string. Now this value is a string. Therefore, we can't do any arithmetic operations with string, right? Because we can't do any arithmetic operation. We can't add, we can't subtract, we can't multiply, we can't divide string values. We need to have numbers. Even though user enter a number, the number would saved as a string value. So we don't need to work with the integer value, string values. So I wanted to work change it to an integer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the int method and pass the value of x variable to convert into integer. Right now, this is what we have done last time. We discussed about how to use the int method and how it works last time. Right now, if I enter 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3 taken as a string. This string value converted to integer, and then integer stored inside the variable x now. Now x is referring to an integer value. X is referring to an integer value. Right now, this is the string value converted to an integer. Right now, rather doing this in two steps. Now x is this, right? X means you are taking the input. Now I'm going to put this inside here. Then it's easier. We can skip two lines. Right now, whatever the input method takes the input. Now integer method converts it to an integer and store inside the variable x. Now this would be storing inside the variable x. Now if it is 1, 2, 3, it would be saved as integer. And even in input method, you can pass a text to the user. You can ask user, okay, this is the number you want, or you need to ask user to enter the name or the number. Likewise, you can ask user to enter the age. Likewise, you can ask user to enter whatever the input you want. You can pass a text value as well. Then that text is prompted here. That text would be displayed here. So you can enter the value. Therefore, you can see whatever the value you entered would be stored in x variable as integer. Right now, if you want to get it to a float, you have to convert it to a float. If you want to get a complex, like as you know, the conversions that you can do. Right. Then my question was previously, right now, whatever the taken value, let's say now you are asking user to enter the x value, whether x is an even number or an odd number. That's what I wanted to check. Then in order to check even number, we figured out if it is an even number, When you divide the number by 2, the remaining value should be 0. If it is an odd number, when you divide a number by 2, the remaining value should be 1. We know that already from, I think, grade 4, grade 5 onwards. We know that how to check whether it is a number is an even or odd by dividing by 2 and checking the remainder. So here I'm going to display the number variable x value and I'm going to print is even or is even. Right now, if it is an even number, right now what I have to do, if it is an even number, that means x modulus 2. When you divide x value by 2, the remainder should be equals to 0. Then I am checking whether x is, the remainder is 0. When you let 2 is even, true, and then 3 is even, false. Likewise, it would display. Why? When you divide 3 by 2, 3 divided by 2 is 1, remaining value is 1. So remainder is not equal to 0. Therefore, it will give you false. This is how we have checked whether the answer is true or false. Is that clear? If not, you have to ask. Right. Hope you are good with this. And now we have just discussed about the input method and the logical methods. Right now we will get back to the where were we. We were about to talk about, like, now the relational operators we discussed and then the logical operators. Right now, what are the logical operators? That means if you want to check multiple values, right? Multiple values. Right, multiple conditions together, we can get help of the logical operators. Then logical operators are used to combine conditional or the relational statements. So conditional statements. Right now, for an example, basically we have and, or, not. We have three operators and, or, not. Now remember, now all the time, arithmetic operators, assignment operators, relational operators. Right now, for an example, if you have x plus y, x and y calls as what? Okay, y is called as, what is y? Sorry, plus operator. Okay, plus is what? Is it operator or operand? Is this the operator or operand? Plus. Plus is the, hello?
Operator.
Operator, yes, plus is the operator. X and y?
Operand.
Operands. X and y are operands. You call it as x and y are operands. Plus is the operator. Right, now in order to work with these arithmetic operators, what is the type of operands? Operand should be what? Yes, Aranga?
Numbers.
Numbers, exactly. In order to work with arithmetic operators, operands should be numbers. In order to work with assignment operator, right? Now we can have x equals 5. Likewise, now you have to work with what? Again, you are working with numbers or the values, right? Numbers. Now equal operator also you have. Then relational operator. You compare the relationship with two values, right? Then logical operators. What do you think? What should be the operands for the logical operator? What should be the operands for the logical operator? Tell me quickly.
True, false.
Should it be relational operators?
It should be, right now, logical operators. Right now, here, in order to work with the logical operators, it has to be what?
True, false.
It-
Boolean.
True or false values. It has to be Boolean values. Logical operators are working with, right now, true or false values. Right now, it will again return true or false. Then again, operand should be will result in true or false. Operand should result in true or false values. then operand should be in Boolean. Right, now for an example, since operands could be Boolean, how many Boolean values are there? What are the Boolean values available? What are the Boolean values available?
One zero. True false.
Zero? No.
True or false.
True or false? Right now, it works as true or false. Right now, since we can have true or false, and then there are two values. Right, with the AND operator, like how many combinations you can make. Now, for an example, either Boolean, one side can be true, and or the other one side can be false. Therefore, the other side also can be true, false, likewise. Then how many combinations you can have?
Four combinations each operator.
Right now, there are either true, either false, right? Then there are two variations. Therefore, there are like now you can have 2 to number 2, 2 to the power 2, then which will be 4 combinations. Then what are the combinations? We can have true and true, true and true. And then we can have true and false. We can have true and true, true and false, true and false. And then we can have false and true, false and true. And then we can have false and false. Right now, these are the combinations. Right now, we need to figure it out. If you use the AND operator with true and true, both sides are true. With the AND operator, what would be the result? If one side is true, the other side is false, what is the result? If both are false, what is the result? Now, the same thing we wanted to do it for operator as well. Right now, we have to do it for operator as well, and an operator. And you know, and also not operator will return the opposite sign. Right now, if you use the not operator, if you use not true, that would display false. If you say not false, that would display true. Likewise, now how can you do this? We need to check these. Right now, we wanted to check these. Right now, we need to figure it out a way to do that. Right now, let me get it into the other side. Now, I don't know. That's how we're gonna do this. Now, for an example, let's say we have x equals true, okay, and y is equals false. Y is equals false. So I wanted to print what is x true and true. Then I wanted to display true and true is okay. Now if you want, you can do it. Our result is equals x and x would gives you true and true. Right now, x and x would give you true and true. Then we could display x comma and x comma and should be in the text format. No, then y comma, equal sign, for the dash, the result. Right now I can get this true and false is true. Okay, if it is true and true, if I want to check true and false is true. My goodness, yeah, that's right. X and X. True and true is true. Likewise, we can check whether the things here, if not, you can put this part here. Right now, the same thing, right? Here, rather doing this, if you don't want to do in 2 lines, or else you have to do it like this, no? A, B, C, D. Likewise, you may have to have the values. There are 4 combinations: true and true, true and false, false and true, false and false. Right now, we could print this X and X, X and Y, Y and X, Y and Y. A, B, then C, then D. Right now it says true and true, true, true and false, false, false and true, false, false and false, false. Right, then by looking at this, what can you say? When you use the AND operator, when it returns true, when this will return true, the AND operator. AND operator will return true when?
When both are true.
Both are true, yes. If both conditions are true, right, if both conditions are true, then only it will return true. If both conditions are true, it will return true. If both conditions are true, then only it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Right, then, right now we can conclude that AND operator will return true, returns true when returns true when both conditions are true. If both conditions are true, it would return true. Right now, AND condition will return true if both conditions are true. Likewise, do it for the O operator and then tell me when the O operator will return true or false. When the O operator will return true or false. Quickly do it and tell it to me. O operator, let's now I'm gonna do X or Y. XOX, XOY, YOX, YOY. Right, then you can see here. Right now, we need to make this much clearer. I'm going to have some spaces. Then that would be much clearer to us. Right, then you can see here, right now, true or true will return true, true or false will return true, therefore false or true returns true, false or false also only returns false. So, only false or false returns false, then we could say returns true, it returns true when either condition is true. Therefore, if one condition is true, that would return true. If one condition is true, that will return true. If one condition is true, that would return true. Right, returns true when either condition is true. Right. Then not operator will return the opposite of this one. Then you can say not x and y will return not y and not x. Right, then not true will return false, not false will return true, the opposite one input display. So the not operator will return print the opposite, or what you call will returns the opposite. Will returns the opposite. Right now, okay. Now you could check. Now you could check if, okay, try to check. I wanted to ask user to enter a number and you should display true. The conditions are even and greater than, okay, in between 10 and 20. In between 10 and 20. Even 10 and 20. Oh, right. The second number, the first one, it should return true if it is an even number and between 10, 20. Between 10 and 20. Right. The second one should return true for the numbers are divisible, positive, odd, plus you can divide by a multiple of 3. Odd than multiple of 3. And the third one, whatever the number, you have to check this. It should return true positive. Either it should be positive or either positive, right? It should return true if it is positive. Otherwise, it should be in between minus 10 and minus 150 plus multiple of, okay, and divisible. Okay, that's it. Right now, ask user to enter a number and check for the first condition, and again do the second one and do the third one, and then for any numbers user inputs, it should return true for these conditions. Therefore, whether to use AND or whether to use or, it's up to you. Yes, like now, if one of these conditions are true, it should return display. Right now, if you have two lines like this, if one of the condition is true, it should return true. Okay, do these questions and send me the answers quickly via chat. What is the answer for this one, first of all? X equals 3, what is the result of this? X is greater than 5 or X is less than 3. What is it? Either true or false? Will this return true or false? Send me the answer via chat. Oh yes, tell me, Amila, what is it? Amila, I can't hear you. Anyone else, please?
False.
False.
Lahiru?
False.
False. Because we'll see X greater than 5. X is 3. 3 is greater than 5. False, right? 3 is greater than 5. False. Therefore, now here this would return 3 is greater than 5. False. Oh, 3 is less than 3. 3 less than 3, that is also false. 3 is not less than 3. Therefore, it would return false. Now, for an example, X is greater than 2 here you have. Now, what's going to be the answer?
True, sir.
X is greater than true. 3 is greater than 2. Yes, true. Oh, 2 is less than 3. 2 is less than 3. Sorry, not 2. 3 is less than 3. False. True or false is false. True or false is false. Right now, if you have AND operator here, what is it? Now, 3 greater than 2. 3 greater than 2, true. And we have AND 3 less than 3. 3 less than 3, false, true and false. Therefore, true and false is true and false is false. Therefore, answer would be false. That is how you get the answer, right? If it is not clear for you to do these 7 questions, ask. Otherwise, do it and send me the answer via chat, please. If it is not clear, please ask. And then here from not copied at all. Copy. We get the number. Print even between 10 and then here you do the right. Okay. Right. Then positive in between 10 and 150. How do you check this odd and odd and multiple of 3? Good. And positive in between positive and what I said positive. Okay, here's the catch. Here is the catch. The second one. First one is okay. The bracket was missing here. And okay. Let me put the comment and then we can see. Right. The first one, it says number, let's say 12. It says even, yes, and in between 10 and 20. Therefore, it is true. The second one is odd multiple of 3. Odd and multiple of 3 false because it is not an odd number. If it is 9, it is odd. If it is odd, yes. Multiple of true, yes. Therefore, both and you have used. That is correct. Right. Then third one, it says true. It returns true, either positive or in between 10 and 150. Therefore, if it is true, either positive. If it is positive, then you could check whether above 0. Either if it is true, then you could check x is greater than 0. If it is x is greater than 0, or x is greater than 0, or x should be in between 10 and 150, or there are two conditions to be met, either positive or in between 10 and 100, minus 10 and minus 150. Then x is greater than minus 150 and less than minus 10. Right, now we are good here. Right, then you need to have bracket. Now, for an example, let's say if it is 10, it is positive, therefore it has to return true. If it is, okay, if it is minus 20, it has returned true. If it is minus 2, it has returned false. Therefore, third one also correct. Therefore, this is how. Now it says two conditions. One condition has to be met. No? Therefore, we have to use the O operator. X is greater than 0. That means x is a positive value. Or one of these conditions. That means this condition is and. Yes, right. This is also done. Fourth one. If multiple of 3 or multiple of 7. Therefore, multiple of 3 or multiple of 7. Right, multiple of 3 or multiple of 7. X modulus 3 equals multiple of 3. That means what? When you divide by 3, the remainder value should be 0. If it is a multiple of 3. If it is a multiple of 3, when you divide it by 3, remaining value should be 0. And here it says, oh, multiple of 7. Then x modulus 7 should equal to 0. Right, now let's try out. If it is 9, it has to return true. If it is 21, it has to return true because the multiple of 3, and if it is right, even multiple of 7, if it is 14, it has returned true. Okay, that is also done. Right, if odd and greater than 50, if it is odd and greater than 50, odd x modulus 2 equals 1, and plus means and greater than 50, yes. Therefore, if it is an odd, if it is 52, it has to return false. If it is 51, it should return true. See, this is how it works, right? And if it is a negative number, it has returned true or less than 5. Then we need to check whether x is a negative number or x is negative less than 0 or x should be less than 5. X should be less than 5. Therefore, here we can use operator. If it is a negative number, anyway, both conditions are true. If it is a plus 1, right now this condition false, but the second condition is true. Therefore, it returns true because you are using O. And at last, print if year is a leap year. If year is a leap year divisible by 4, x modulus by 4 equals 0 plus not divisible by 100. If it is not divisible by 100, then there's a catch. If it is not divisible by 100, then how would you check that? If it is not divisible by 100 now, tell me. Now, if divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100, then not divisible by 100, then a leap year x modulus 4 equals 0, then you can say divisible by 4. And we have to have and this plus. Therefore, this plus and x not divisible by 100, not divisible by 100, then x modulus 100 not t equals to, not divisible by 100, not t equals to 0, or not t equals to 1, or we don't know, it could be any other number, we are dividing by 0. If it is 103, it would be 3, the remainder. If it is 105, it would be 5. Therefore, we can't use the equal sign, it's better to go with not t equal sign. And what is it? Here is a leap year divisible by 4 and not divisible by 100, unless divisible by 400. Unless either otherwise divisible by 400. Therefore, it has to be O. It has to be O. Right now, these two are one condition. Therefore, we need to put a bracket here. We need to put a bracket here. O. Then unless divisible by 400. Therefore, x modulus 400 equals 0. Right. Then let's see how to get this thing done. If it is 2020, if it is 2000, okay, 2000. Here is a leap year 2004. Right now, divide by 400 not equals 0, but can be divided by x modulus 4 and x modulus 0. Yes, not equals 0. Right, yes, this is correct. No, cannot divide by 100. 2004. Right. This is how you get the things done. Right, then we have discussed about almost all the operators. Then we have to discuss about is operator and is operator and in operator. Then once we discuss about the data collections, right now list, tuple, set, dictionary, we will discuss about is and in operators, right? Right now, then I'm not gonna do the bitwise operators. Therefore, now you have homework to do. Just search for bitwise operators and then do some bitwise, refer the bitwise operators. And also, when you are coming next day, refer to operator precedence in Python. Okay, if there are multiple operators mixed together, which operator get the priority? Which part will done first? Like in maths also you have priority, right? When we have multiple operators in the same line, which part to do first? Likewise, that you call as operator precedence. Therefore, here in Python also has defined operator precedence. Therefore, which operator perform first? Likewise, or the operator's priority is defined. Therefore, we will discuss that, and thereafter we will go into if conditions, right? Therefore, you better search and read and come when you're coming next day. If you have any questions up to now, you can ask now. Otherwise, we can wind up. I'm sorry I got extra 20 minutes from your time as well. Therefore, if you have any questions, quickly ask.